let's welcome in our guest for the day and start with your stock-related queries. We are joined by Sameer Dalal of Natvarlal Sons and Stockbrokers and Nilesh Jain, Head AVP Technical and Derivatives Research at Centrum Broking, joining us now. Welcome to both of you, gentlemen, and a very good morning to the both of you. Before I start taking the questions, Nilesh, your quick view on the benchmarks right now.
Very good morning to you. Well, looking at the market, the broader structure, no doubt, is looking on a weaker side. We have seen a continuation of a lower top and lower term formation. And today as well, we have seen once again, the markets are facing resistance at 22,800, 23,000 zone. So whatever pullback we are getting is getting sold into. So clearly the structure hints that we may see another leg on the lower side, maybe towards 22,300, 22,000 kind of levels can be seen going forward. The only respite I can see today, that's some bit of cool off in the IVs, but still it is at an elevated level of 25. So it needs to cool off below 20, then probably we'll get more confidence and then we can expect pullback to continue. But as of now, we expect market to remain volatile and selling pressure at the high level that cannot be ruled out.
Sameer, your quick view as well. A lot of viewers right now are kind of confused कि ऐसी markets में करना क्या चाहिए, right? And there are different views also coming in. What is your suggestion right now? Because today, what analysts are saying is that could be, a dead cat bounce as well. But overall, who's sitting on their positions right now from a long-term perspective, and plus, do you think that these are the right levels to enter, or should one wait for some more time and get some more clarity on the war situation?
Yeah, hi Mahima, thank you for having me on the show. And the question is a very apt one, because I think when this is a show on micros, talking about stocks, but without knowing what the macros are, and when the macros are showing a lot of problematic points, it becomes very difficult to assume what is going to happen with the micros. But having said that, to answer your question, there's a long answer which I would like to give here. First, the short to medium term, we expect the markets to remain very volatile, dancing to the tunes of a singer in the United States and in Iran. Unfortunately, we're going to see volatility very high, and you probably could see the markets trending lower. So to answer the first part of the question, should you start buying right now? Yes, selectively start buying. Buy in small quantums, maybe 10% of what you plan on putting in, start putting it in, because you can't catch the bottom. Second, the question on the long term. Look, at the moment, still we believe the long term looks relatively intact. We could walk out with a few bruises and scars. But if this war persists for a lot longer, in the sense that it stretches on for 2 months, 3 months, and oil prices keep remaining elevated with no sign of it abating, then the long-term story starts getting questioned. So I think that call we will have to take at a later point. But should you start nibbling? Yes. Why? Because I feel that the US also cannot keep affording this war endlessly. And I think things should stabilize over the next 15 to 20 days, hopefully. And then what will happen is you will be able to buy more aggressively and more clearly, but start nibbling because you can't catch the bottom.
That's a comprehensive answer. Viewers, I hope that helps a lot of you who are having these questions whether to exit right now with regards to panic sell or not. But with that, let's start taking your queries. Razia Bano is calling us from Karnataka. A very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Yes, a very good morning, ma'am.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Ma'am, I'm looking for the Tata Technologies.
Okay.
Like buying price is 638, quantity is 2000. So long term I have you. So based on these targets, upcoming 6 months targets, I wanted to know.
Got it. Okay. Got your question. 6 months target, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Got your question. I'll take this up with Nilesh then. Nilesh, she's already sitting on a loss of over 2 lakh rupees. What would you recommend on the charts for Tata Tech?
Well, looking at the structure, as of now, it is trading well below its long-term and short-term moving averages. So clearly, the downtrend is likely to continue. But given the kind of time frame of 6 months plus, I think there could be possibility that we may see some bit of rebound towards 600 to 650 in the 6 months time frame. As of now, I would suggest to keep a stick stop loss at 495. That should be the stop loss, because if it breaks below 490, then it is likely to head towards 450 or 400 as well. So keep a stick stop loss and expect a pullback towards 550 to 600 in the near term.
Got the view, Nilesh. But definitely, even in markets like this, we have seen listings of companies, and GSP Crop Science is one of them. A modest one on the last sheet today, up 3% as we speak. But my colleague Varsha actually caught up with the chairman and managing director Bhavesh Shah and the CFO Shail Shah as well to understand the future plans of the company. Let's quickly listen in to what they had to say.
I'm here joined by Mr. Bhavesh Shah, who's Chairman and Managing Director at GSP Crop Science, and also Mr. Shail Shah, who's the Chief Financial Officer at the company. Gentlemen, welcome at NDTV Profit. Pleasure to speak to you, and congratulations on your listing. Now, whole world will participate in your growth story. What are the target sets when it comes to revenue and your margins for next 2 to 3 years?
Yes, good morning, and many thanks for your wishes. We have been delivering good growth in the last couple of years, as you can see, and we are poised to grow at this rate and also further with this listing. So our strategy of bringing differentiated product to the market and increasing the contribution of our patented combinations will result into good growth and also better margins in the upcoming years.
Understood. Mr. Bhavesh, coming to you, your business is largely formulation driven with dependency on technical externally. Do you plan for any backward integration expansion, or what's the backward integration strategy you have just to reduce the dependence on imports of technicals?
Yes, see, basically last year only we have started one intermediate company where we are already making a few intermediate. In future also, to dependency to reduce on China, we are planning to come many intermediate product, and this product will be viable against China, and we can make this product as a global product.
Right, and also, there has been sharp supply side disruption or increase in raw material costs, considering the war situation that we are currently going through. Just wanted to understand what is that impact on GSP Crop Science, considering 50% of the technicals are being imported.
See, basically, definitely we are importing 50% raw material from China, and because of logistic issue, material is coming by 10-15 days delay. But as a strategy, we are keeping 45 days inventory with us, so we are not facing any problem, and in future also. Definitely price has increased, and we are also planning to increase our price from 10 to 15% 1st April.
Well, that's the management of GSP Crop Science. A lot more to talk about post-listing, post the company's results as well, given that they are maintaining inventory, but that seems to be a question that we are asking all companies in that space. But let me go across, take the next question from Mohit. He's asking a very pertinent question at this point of time, Samir. And this one's on HDFC Bank. He's looking to purchase for the next 2 to 3 years. What's your view on the stock now, Samir? We've seen a controversial exit in the last week. Do you think that these levels are a screaming buy at this point of time, or you'll still wait, given the uncertainty over the next couple of quarters of the CEO term renewal, amongst other key factors? Do you think that valuations are now lucrative?
Oh, absolutely. Valuations are lucrative. Look, if we wait for clarity, you're not going to get this price. If there is clarity on HDFC Bank, these kind of valuation multiples would not exist, right? The reason you're getting it at this price is because you had this exit. We do not know what the ethical issues are that the ex-chairman had a problem with, because he obviously didn't think it enough to specify to the shareholders what his problems were, sadly. But having said that, I don't think there are issues with the numbers of the company. And if that is the case and the company continues to remain highly profitable and the NPAs don't see a spike, then I don't see why the stock would continue to trade at these kind of levels. It's trading at a discount to ICICI Bank. I don't think that's happened in the last maybe 30 years or so, or ever since HDFC is ever listed. It's not number one in corporate governance and all of those. So I think once the clarity emerges and we get to know that it has nothing major to do, I think valuations will move up. So for me, it is a buy, and I would strongly advise anyone who wants to make an investment to please go ahead and do that. That is my personal take, and that's what I have been doing.
Okay, so that's the view coming on HDFC Bank. We've got Mohan calling us from Bengaluru. Mohan, a very good morning to you. What's your query about?
Very good morning. I just wanted to know whether can I buy Kirloskar oil engines or Knowledge Marine Engineering for a long-term perspective for 1 year horizon?
Okay, got your question, Mohan. I'll take this up with Samir. Samir, any view on Kirloskar as well as Norwich Marine? Just yesterday we were trying to establish the fact that while FIs have been selling a lot in the past 1.5 years, Knowledge Marine, they've increased their stake to up to 12.5% in the last 1 year. And the stock has also given significant returns, around 80% in the past 1 year. Any view on both these counters or any one of these?
Sorry, actually no coverage on either of these.
Okay, no worries. Nilesh, your view on Kirloskar Oil as well as something like a Norwich Marine on the charts from a slightly long-term perspective?
Well, Mahima, as far as Kirloskar Engineering is concerned, right now it is trading at 1256. And if you look at the broader structure, it has been trading in a high top and high bottom formation. The recent correction, in fact, has given a good opportunity to accumulate this counter from a positional perspective. So if we see any decline towards 1200 or maybe near about 1100, that can be a good entry point. Not advisable to chase the falling knife at present, but I see there is some more room left on the lower side. You might get it at 1150 or 1100 kind of level. So in that particular range, it can be added from a positional target of 1500 plus. That's 1 year plus kind of time frame. And 1050 is a very strong support. That should be the stop loss for the long position.
Got that view, Nilesh. But the other one also, Nilesh, coming to you, it's on Uno Minda. And Abin from Kerala actually wants to enter this counter now, wants to know a key entry point that you could suggest and some targets if you can.
Well, as far as in terms of making a fresh entry, fresh buys can be done if at all you get any dip towards the levels of 980 to 990. That's the next important support. See, the broader structure has already turned negative and we are witnessing a lower top and lower bottom formation. So given that kind of a structure, I believe that stock is likely to test the levels of 1000 and 990 in the short term time frame. And that can be a good entry point given the better risk and reward from that level, keeping a stop loss below 900. And one can expect a pullback move towards 1150 to 1200 from a positional perspective.
Okay, all right. So that's the view on Uno Minda. But time to take a look at the FNO space, and we have Sharad joining by as always to give us a perspective. Some relief, Sharad?
Well, there is relief, but this relief might have a very little time because the relief is slowly coming down, and sell on rise is the mantra which we had spoken about. Of course, the fall is there definitely coming in from Power Grid, NTPC, Bharti Airtel. The banking names are doing fairly well right now, and as of now, we are seeing a good buying across the small and mid cap segment also, but a little bit of, from the day's high, Sensex and BankX has started coming down. Of course, remember there is Nifty expiry at play also. The long build up definitely happening on Apollo Hospitals. There's a brokerage, positive view on that. GMR Airports, interesting in the FNO list, the stock is up 3%. And if you look at the short covering, this of course includes Tube Investments and CDSL also. This largely name has come up after a lot of days of selling in the capital market theme stocks. Long unwinding candidates includes Manappuram Finance and Vari Energies, while short build-up definitely there in certain counters. This includes Coal India. We're seeing a little bit of profit booking after the up move, and Power Grid also. Street is not happy, you could say, with their capex expansion. This has only been done for FY26 and that's largely completed now. So these are the important stocks in the FNO space.
Well, thanks so much for that, Sharad, getting us the key perspectives on stocks that you're tracking right now. But go across to the next query. Zakir from Dubai is actually asking us this question. Godrej Industries, he's bought it at 825, holding 500 shares. Samir, any coverage that you might have on this stock, and what should Zakir do?
So I think one can continue to hold on. Look, yes, the stock has come off a little bit recently, but we believe the various businesses that Godrej Industries own continue to do well. We think over a period of time, the stock will keep appreciating. Its own core business also is relatively okay. The valuations, I can't remember what they were trading at recently, but I think this is something one can hold on because we have a positive view on this counter at this point of time, and we feel the stock could probably move up to 950 over the next year.
Okay, all right. So that's the view with regards to where Godrej Industries go. The next one is coming from Rohit Jain, who's writing us from Bengaluru, asking about Premier Energies. He's got 30 odd shares at the levels of 720. Wants to know if he can go ahead and buy 100 more shares for the next 5 years. Samir, I'll stick with you for this one. This is one of the stocks that has kind of held well even when markets were falling in the past 20, 25 odd days, right? It's seen good amount of gains despite that. What's the view?
I think one can hold on to this. This is a space that we are very, very positive on. We think the long-term growth opportunities are good. Premier is a company that's been relatively, managing its cash flows quite well. Growth has been very good. Yes, they've had a small one or two hiccups along the way, but we think they've been able to get through that quite well. We feel the stock has upside. In fact, the entire space has upside, but Premier Energy is also something that we are positive on, and we think the stock will probably move up to 1,000, 1,200 over the maybe year and a half time.
Got that view, Samir. But the next question that's coming in, it's on a counter that's done very well over the last month or so. Let's pull up DCX, Systems India, and largely, Mahindra is holding 500 shares at 265. Let's pull up the counter. Stock's trading down, but look at the 1 year chart, look at the last 1 month chart, and company has got certain key orders at this point of time. So his question largely being that what he should do with this counter now. Nilesh, anything on the charts that suggest in terms of momentum that this will continue? What would you suggest?
Well, if you look at the broader structure in last 1 year, we have seen a constant decline and a formation of a lower term and lower term as well. But yesterday, we did see some bit of a spike coming in with a huge volume, but it should be treated merely as a pullback trade only. On the positive side, if you look at it, has formed a very good base formation in the zone of 155 to 160. So that's a very strong support area. And if somebody is already holding the wrong position, can keep a stop loss at 160. And we may see a follow-up on the upside on the back of a pullback towards 200. But it is important that it should take out 220 level on the upside to call it as a short-term bottom formation. But as of now, I would, just want to play a pullback move towards 190 to 200 only.
Got the view, Nilesh. Stock was up 11% at this point of time, but definitely from those low of those highs actually of May, stock was at 300 rupees at that time, May 2025. So has been a volatile counter in that sense. Given these bouts of order wins and hence has been reacting to those news flows. But let's go across to our next caller. Mohammed is dialing us for a stock query. Mohammed, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your query?
Good morning. Good morning. I have 140 of Bharti Airtel shares. I want a short-term view on this, and what should be the stop loss is really what I need to know. I bought it at 1840.
Got it. Nilesh, Mohammed has bought it at 1840 and asking a short-term view. What would you recommend?
If you look at the short-term structure, the structure is still looking weak, but good part is that it has reached to its multi-month support zone. So if you look at from a strong support zone perspective, 1770 should be one level that one should keep an eye on, and that should be the strict stop loss as well. Reason being, if you pull up last 1 year chart, you can clearly see, in fact, 4 and 5 attempts have been made to break the same, but we have seen a strong rebound from 1770 level. So that should be a stop loss because if it breaks below the same, then it might move towards 1680 to 1640 as well. So 1770 should be your stop loss. And on the upside, it is important that it should reclaim 1860 level on the upside. Then probably we can expect the sentiment to improve. But as of now, yes, the short-term structure appear on a weaker side. Having said that, the broader structure from a position perspective continues to remain bullish.
So that's the view on Bharti Airtel. Nilesh as well as Samir. Time for our first rapid fire round. Try to keep your answers as short as possible. The first one is coming from Dr. Lavanya, who's asking about Happiest Minds. She wants to know whether she can continue to hold the counter. She's bought 500 shares at the levels of 445. Samir, your view?
They have a long-term view, I think, continue to hold. I think in the near term, we're going to see the stock continue to languish a bit.
Bellrise bought by Ashok Pai for 3 years, and he wants a fundamental view. What would you recommend, Samir? It's been a very strong move since listing, right?
It has. This space, auto ancillaries, is continuing to do well. So I think one can continue to hold on. I haven't checked the valuations recently, of course, but.
Okay, the next one is on Amara Raja. Our viewer Shakti from Chennai wants to know if he can continue to hold. He's bought at the levels of 910. Nilesh, your view on the charts?
Exit on pullback. If at all you get any pullback towards 760, 800, that's a good exit point.
Eternal bought at 275. Nilesh, should our viewer continue to hold? Is it a good time to average?
Hold and average can be done, keeping a stop loss below 215, and we can expect a pullback going forward.
Okay, REC is the next one. Pawan from Hyderabad wants to know the target for this particular counter from a long-term perspective is bought at the levels of 474. Samir, your view?
Okay, so REC will probably eventually get merged into PFC, so you will have the PFC stock. We already know the merger ratio. My PFC target from a 1 year perspective is 520. So you can do the calculation and reach the target for REC.
Got that view, Samir. But Bajaj Housing bought at 123 by, Mantha. Nilesh asking a short-term view on the stock. Should she average now?
Don't average. In fact, exit on pullback. The structure is looking extremely weak.
Okay, the next one is on Hindustan Copper. Raj from Bengaluru has bought at an average price of 619. What should he do? Nilesh, your view on the charts?
Short-term structure appears on a weaker side. We may see it moving towards 400 as well. So sell on rise kind of structure for the time being.
Ekamrai wants to know preferred pick in the cement space. Samir, what would you recommend?
So for me, at this point of time, Ultratech and ACC are the two picks.
Okay, Satyan wants to know about CDSL from a long-term perspective. For him, the counter is down 11% as he speaks. What should he do, Samir?
Hold on. CDSL long-term very positive. Short-term because of the volatility is gone down, but great stock to hold.
ITC Hotels bought at 152 by Sanjay. He's asking Samir if it's 200 is on the horizon.
Well, 200 is obviously on the horizon, but I mean, how soon, I don't know, but we are very bullish on the hotel industry and ITC as well.
Interglobe Aviation, considering the current scenario, stay invested or exit? Samir, your view?
So I've never been a fan of aviation, so I'll say exit.
Geo Finance, Nilesh, for the next 1 to 3 months, your quick view is what Ramesh is asking.
Exit on pullback. A weak setup unless and until it takes out 250 on the upside.
Got it. Well, thanks so much. That's the end of the first round of the rapid fire. Nilesh, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks so much for joining in. Samir, stay on. A lot more stock related queries on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.